Hi everyone and welcome back to the Planning Professor. This time I'm going to be planning July 24th through July 30th in my Erin Condren Vertical Neutral Life Planner, Platinum Coil. The kit that I'm going to use for this, and I've actually just started using kits, so I'm still trying to figure out what works best for me, is one from DEK Designs, and it is called Spring Shopping. And even though I actually am not a fan of shopping or of spring, I thought the colors were really pretty and really sort of soft, and it is so hot and muggy here that this just felt happy. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through this kit. I found this on Etsy. This is in matte, so for those of you who are glossy people, you will probably not like this. I'm a big fan of matte. My planning is absolutely just functional. The fact that it's pretty is great, but I need something that is easy to work with and write on without carrying around 700 different pens. So I always purchase my kits in matte, and DEK Designs had a great sale on Etsy. I will link to her shop down below. But I got way more kits than I needed, and they're just gorgeous. So this is the full boxes page with the heart checklists. We have the headers, half boxes, and some flags. Now she does not actually include flags for the corners of the Erin Condren planner, but I found that you can kind of be improvised either with these flags here or through using these little squares over here. So this is the Ombre Heart Checklist, the ginormous weekend banner, which I may or may not use. She does give 2 extra washi strips if you need to mark off blocks of time, which is really nice. She gives date dots, a weekly checklist, and here is the washi. Which again, it's just so pretty. It's like peach and turquoise and teal, and it's just beautiful. Here are the date covers. There are some decorations, which are actually kind of ginormous. I don't know that I'll get use out of these, but we'll see. Along with some habit trackers, and then little things and icons which are just too big to be useful for me. So I will show you how I plan this, and I'm hoping that it's useful. I do have also, these kits don't come with glitter headers, but I am a big fan of Peaceful Mind Design. She's actually an Etsy shop out of Australia, and Nikki is amazing. If you're a person who does not like matte glitter headers, you probably won't like this. It's a very fine glitter, and the colors I picked for this kit are this darker blue, this light turquoise, and this sort of peachy peach. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk through this and we'll see what we come up with. Okay, so I do start with the washi strips just because I do find them the most stressful, trying to get those on there straight. She gives you enough, these are the same size, so if you wanted to cover part of the sidebar with it, you certainly could do so, and that's actually what I've been doing. I actually start lining it up over here. And then whatever's poking out at the bottom is poking out. I don't have to worry about it. Same thing over here. I start on the inside just because it's easier to see and work my way out. Sorry if my head is in the way. And look at that, voila! Washi accomplished, yay. Worst part over. I do lay down full boxes next. Now I do like to keep my top row open for checklists and water trackers, actually. I still tend to be pretty chronological in my approach, and that's just the only way I can kind of make sense of my world, I think, most of the time. So we'll go over here and grab the full boxes. They are, for those of you who like a little variety, there isn't a lot. Actually, it's the same picture over and over, but I think it's beautiful. And it doesn't bother me, though it might bother some of you. What I try to do is at least start with something different so that it's not all turquoise all the time, even though the colors are just gorgeous. Whoa, ruh-roh. Let's try that again. Okay. Let's try that again. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. It looks as though these are not fully covering the space they're intended to cover. So what I think I'll probably end up doing then in that case is just coming back through and putting in some washi at the bottom. This is actually the first time I've seen a kit do that from her, but okay. So now that I know that's the situation, I'm going to try to center this a little bit more in the box. That will bother me less. Actually, no, I'll leave it, it's fine. Over here, we'll put down. Alright, so this we're going to put at the top of the bottom box. Oh, I say that 5 times fast. Okay, oh, that's going to bug me. The nice part is that these are easily repositionable if you get to them quick enough, so you are not stuck. Ah, get it? You're not stuck. Okay, that looks better. And what I tend to do is I like patterns, I like things that repeat, so I will probably just go or okay. Overthinking it, Cynthia, just put down the boxes, it'll be fine. Okay, and because I really want my planner to be functional, this the box with the quote, I'm not going to treat it any differently than any other box. It will just get put down along with everything else. And if I could lay things down straight, that would be great, wouldn't it, everybody? Sorry. Some days it's easier than others. All right, box. And I think I will put 2 boxes down here. So we'll go this, we're gonna center. Since these are a little short this time. And for some people I know that would really, really be a deal breaker for you, but yeah, we're gonna use that one. There's this one. Maybe we'll find another spot for the other one somewhere. But yeah, let's put this guy over here. This guy over here. And let's actually put in that extra washi to cover up the bottom of those boxes because that is not as pretty as it could be. Do we like that? It's covering up an awful lot of. And I actually will be out of town for a portion of this weekend. I think what I'll do is put this in like this. Because my evenings are not nearly as exciting as they could be. And yeah, I think that looks better. We'll do the same thing over here to cover up that. Bottom spot where the boxes were a little short of what they needed to be. And boom, done, fine. Okay, so let's actually do glitter headers next. And I think, I hate to be so constrained by Roy G. Biv, you guys, but I think I do have to go peach on the top, the lighter turquoise, and then the darker blue on the bottom. All right, that'll be fine, we'll do that. You guys still see that? I'm making a mess. Okay. get this stuff down on the first try. You're my hero. Okay. There are 8 of these if you wanted to use some in your sidebar or something. If you decided to, I don't know, glitter it up somewhere else, but is that covered? No. But for my purposes, this is great. Okay, peach handle onto turquoise. I do think the glitter headers are really, really pretty. I'd be just as happy with one giant glitter strip, however, if someone's out there in the sticker world looking for ideas. I think that would be very, very nice. Ugh. Well, that's not even close, so we can't leave that. Honestly. Let's try that again. Okay. Oh, that's really pretty. And now let's do this dark tealy, turquoisey blue color of loveliness. Put that down here. I know some of you would be really grumpy about the white sticking out where that box doesn't quite fill. Full box doesn't quite fill up the space, but it is what it is. These kits are pretty, the price was right, and for the way I use it, it'll be fine. This is not going to the Smithsonian, so it's going to get written on and marked up and not be nearly so pretty when I get done with the week, but okay. Glitter headers accomplished. So the next thing I think I'll do in this case is to build up my sidebar. And I do love when the camera just decides it needs to take a rest, which it did. So I don't know if I lost anything that I was saying, but so I'm going to start over here in the sidebar with a this week. Ugh, and we can't lay things down straight because we're on camera. Okay, so this week I do want to have an ombre heart checklist. I think I'll use the blue. Because it does help me to sort of keep focused if I have it right there in front of me. I'm going to put in my... That's not straight. Ugh. Let's try that again. Or people say that this is easier upside down. It's just not. I don't care if it's super straight, but I really don't want it to be super duper crooked. Okay. And then we'll put in our meals. How do we do meals? Okay. And then we'll do that. That's really pretty. Of course, meals isn't lined up right, so let's fix that. We have our meals header. And then I want to put in a couple of habit trackers, and I like to use these to remind myself I'm taking a couple of classes this summer, so I need to log in every day and check the discussion boards. And I'm teaching a million classes this summer, so I need to log in and handle student stuff as well. And I find that works best for me if I track it every morning. So put a habit tracker in, and that will be for school stuff. Well, those habit trackers aren't exactly the same size either. Ugh, bugger. Okay. So yeah, I know that will really bother some of you, but for me, it's fine. I don't care that much. Okay, maybe we'll use a peachy one. We have a little bit of space left over, so maybe we'll use this blank piece of washi. Is it the world's prettiest sidebar? No. Does it work for my purposes? Yes, it's fine. So I think maybe I'll do the date dots next. Let's put those guys down, and I'm going to put these right up against the glitter header. So it'll look pretty. Oops. Okay. And then this guy is, okay. So this flag here is just about the right size. This flag is just about the right size to cover up these two guys up here. However, it is not cut so as to do so. So I'm going to do that myself, which I know would be annoying for some of you, but it's fine. Doesn't take but a second. And then go ahead and just put that guy right over here. I like my flags out on top of the date covers. In this case, it doesn't really matter because they're the same pattern. But if they stood out a little bit, that would be just adorable. Just put that down there. Oops, be nice if you could see what I was doing, huh? Let's turn it upside down and get a better angle on it. Okay, that does hang over just a little bit, so we're gonna take ye old scissors and trim done handle. Okay. So, there. That looks alright, hey? Should we put on the world's largest weekend banner, do we think? It wouldn't hurt my feelings too much. Let's put that. That is a weekend banner. But you know what? It'll look fine down here. I don't want to take up any space in the actual planning section. Weekend, good enough, right? That looks alright. Then the next thing I like to do, is use the water trackers first thing in the morning. And I like to put these at the top because the first section of my day always ends up being my to-do list. So I like to start off with a reminder, right? Drink that water, start early, 8 glasses a day. And for whatever reason, these reminders kind of work, I think. So I'll put those down. And make sure we go in the same order, because we're just OCD enough to want them to be in the same order every day. Okay, and that looks pretty, and it's not, now you can see it. Okay, and then I think the next thing I will do is go through, and I do like to have a list of what I'm doing every day. I like to fill in times and the stuff that's going on that day. So this kit does come with some to-dos, so what I like to do is put the to-dos up here, and then have the to-dos sprinkled throughout. So let me do that. And I put these at the top or at the bottom of the box, depending on my mood. I think today they'll just go at the top. Uh-oh, I'm caught in my planner. Some days, the today is just not as cooperative as others. Okay. And you know, especially during the summer, my days are pretty constant, right? There's a whole lot of the same kind of thing. I am not married and I do not have kids, so there's a whole lot of work. I handle my stuff for my classes. And some days I go to the gym and work out. Some days I go out with my friends. But usually I have enough space in that today to make just a little list of what's going on in that given day. So that's that. And then on these bottom spaces, I like to have a daily to-do list. So I'm going to use these to-dos. Except on Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, okay, so we'll put down those to-dos. And I know I could use these instead of the glitter headers, but really, if you can use glitter headers, don't you think you should? Yeah, that's my feeling on it. Put in those to-dos. It's not really as straight as it could be. And by that I mean it's not straight at all. Okay. Okay. And then sometimes, depending on my mood, this next weekend I will actually, it'll be kind of a relaxing weekend. So what I could do is I could put in a to-do list. I still do have some to-dos left. But this weekend is not going to be as busy as other weekends, so if I wanted to, I could just put in a little bit or a next week. Or I could do it matchy-matchy, guys. Dilemmas, dilemmas, dilemmas. Do we make it matchy-matchy? Okay, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just mix it up for grins and giggles. Let's put in a little bit on Saturday because I do want to kind of not have a whole lot of stuff that I absolutely have to do. And then Sunday, maybe let's put down a next week. Because after a week of relaxation, we need to start planning what's going to happen next week. So, if I had not put in, this doesn't want to stick now. I've angered it, everybody. It's very crabby. If I had not put in a meals, basically dinners, if I had not put in this dinners box here, I would go through and use each of these little meal headers down here. But I don't see the need to do that because I've already covered it here. So at this point, I think that will do it for the bare bones of this week. So I hope this is useful to you. I will go ahead and take pictures of this in my Instagram as well. So for those of you who like a decorative style, but still want white space with which to do things, maybe this is useful to you. I think it came out quite pretty. There is still a lot left over. Let me show you the leftovers here. There's one full box and all the checklists. There's 7 box checklists, most of the little things, all the icons, which I knew I wasn't going to use, a lot of the half boxes, and the heart checklists. Now, I may decide to go ahead and put those in on the to-do lists. There's certainly space for them, but I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do that this week. I may go ahead and do a midweek. What I tend to do is revisit my plans on Wednesday. I see how things are going. And if it looks like there's going to be a whole lot of stuff, I may go ahead and put those checklists in over here. But for right now, this is set up the way it's going to be most useful to me. And I hope that you enjoyed it. If so, I will go ahead and put a link down below to DEK Designs. This was called Spring Shopping. I don't know if it's still available in her shop. I bought it a little while ago. This is an Erin Condren. This is Erin Condren Life Planner vertical layout with a platinum coil, mid-century circles, which they are so beautiful. Can we just admire how gorgeous they are and talk about how much I miss them? I won't whine about that. But yeah, when we get to July, right, that is a good start. That covers most of the stuff that I'll need it to cover for the week. And what I tend to do is just stick the remnants of the kit into the back of my planner in the pocket, and then as I need to get to things and add them into my plans, I can do that. So thanks so much for watching. If you have suggestions or questions or comments, please let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye.